when you talk about this email marketing thing, we know that Amazon is very insecure when it comes to their customer data.
Yeah, so almost out of complete ignorance, Sammy, Amazon sellers all over the world don't even realize.
Would you like to share one or two examples on what kind of offer?
So remember, what we create is something that we call a MAFIA offer. And actually, Seth and I wrote an entire book about this last year. It's called Private Label Millionaire Secrets.
What is the frequency of those emails that you send, or how do you promote your other products?
The data shows almost across the board that the product that your customer is most likely to buy from you again is the same product that they've already purchased.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Rich Sellers Podcast. Today I join in by Seth and Shawn here from Post Purchase Pro, and we are going to talk about how to increase customer engagement and increase your repeat purchase. Hello guys, how are you doing?
Very
Really
well.
good.
Thank you for having us today.
That's great. So before we start, let's start with a small introduction with each of you. Shawn, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. So since I'm older, I guess I'll start with what you're saying, Sammy. So my name is Shawn Hart. I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. I grew up in a small town in the Midwest in the U.S., a little state called Indiana. Maybe you've heard of open wheel racing and the Indianapolis 500. So got started my first business when I was a teenager, still in high school, and basically parlayed what I was doing into becoming a wholesaler of physical products. And then I started launching physical products through direct response media forms for the next 15 years or so. And then had the pleasure to meet this young man who's now balding, Mr. Seth. As he was in college, he come and worked as an intern in one of my companies. And so we got to be friends. And after I exited that company, him and I decided to start our own business together, launching products on Amazon back in 2013 when we first decided to do that. January 1, 2014, we launched our first products together and have been launching successful brands. We've launched over 1,000 products together on Amazon, and we've launched 53 unique brands and exited several of those businesses. And now we coach other sellers all over the world and provide post-purchase marketing services as an agency.
Yep, Sammy.
That's
So
great. That's great.
Shawn
Yes,
and I
Seth.
actually grew up in the same small little town, but we're separated by a lot of years. You can tell Shawn's a lot older. Um, we had a super similar histories, but we didn't know each other, so it's kind of strange. Like I was starting businesses young as well, and long story short, we came together and we created a bunch of different brands and things on Amazon. But what we did a little different was our background was in direct response advertising. Like we were building physical products, private label brands pre-Amazon. Like we would drive our own traffic, like using television ads or newspaper ads and things like that. So when you drive your own traffic, it's really expensive. Amazon kind of spoils us, right? They have tons of shoppers every single day, and sellers just kind of capture customers very easily almost. But when you're paying for a television ad, like that's your only traffic for the day. No one's going to come and find you. So when you have to buy that, you have to get really good at nurturing that customer and creating more transactions with that customer. So we took that same kind of ideology and we said, okay, Amazon makes it easier on the customer acquisition side. Like we're able to get more customers into our business, but why don't we still care about them? Why don't we still try to sell them more? And that's what separated us. We literally hit our first $1 million month on Amazon within like 18 months of starting. And because we were following up with our existing customers, and what we didn't realize at the time, Sammy, was Amazon was pushing us. They were giving us this massive tailwind because when we would send an email back to our existing customers, Amazon would see that. It would trigger their algorithm to rank our products higher, and then our sales would keep accelerating. We didn't know that at the time, but just that process of following up with our customers post-purchase, the first sale in our minds with a customer is just the beginning. So that's kind of where we started, and that's where we're at now, Sammy.
Yeah, exactly. I think I was talking to Shawn on this as well. So I started as a seller in 2017, but Shawn started in 2014. So you guys are the OGs, and you are the beta testers of all new features that Amazon is releasing now. Right? So when you talk about this email marketing thing, we know that Amazon is very insecure when it comes to their customer data. So Shawn, would you like to share like how this thing is happening, like how
Sure.
we can get those things? Yeah.
Yeah. So almost out of complete ignorance, Sammy, Amazon sellers all over the world don't even realize that it's easy to tear that virtual wall down that Amazon builds between buyers and sellers and reach out to the customer. So it's not new news. Okay. It's not something that Seth and I created. It's not magic. It's just good old fashioned business practices. So you think about your business. If you had a bricks and mortar business, you had a store selling men's suits or ladies' shoes, doesn't matter. You would never expect to only transact with each customer one time. You would do what you could as a business person to bring those customers back into your store to purchase more from you ongoing, increasing the lifetime value. That's not magic, Sammy. That's just called business. And the problem with Amazon is a lot of sellers are approaching Amazon as a transaction machine. So you go out, you create a transaction on Amazon, and then you immediately ignore that customer and you go out looking for fresh meat. Well, we're huge advocates for creating not only new transactions on Amazon, but leveraging the existing customer base to provide ongoing repeat sales, natural referrals, reviews, and things like that. And the only thing we have to do is follow the lead of the largest brands in the world. Apple, for example, or Coca-Cola, for example. All right. All they're doing is putting their marketing front and center ongoing so that if and when you want to purchase another iPhone or drink another Coca-Cola, it becomes top of mind. So you go out and you make another purchase. So let's say you're selling pizza cutters on Amazon. Just because I purchased a pizza cutter from you doesn't mean I might not refer to a neighbor or might need another pizza cutter for my RV or my boat or my summer home, right? So what we do, and I'll get into that in more detail in a moment, we capture the customer's contact information in a way that's legal and 100% within terms of service by creating a situation where when you unpackage my product, I give you an offer that's so good that you literally stop what you're doing, Sammy, and go take action to receive some sort of ongoing value, further enhancing your experience with my product. So you choose to reach out to me. I'm not grabbing you as a lead through some backdoor black hat process. You open my product, you say, oh, what is this? Yes, I want to take advantage of this offer. Boom, you go to the website or you send a text or an email and you opt in to receive something of value. Something that's so tremendously valuable that you take action immediately. We put a lot of pressure on grabbing that customer contact. That's why we get in some cases up to 88% of Amazon customers opt into our list. And then here's the most important part. Once you have that contact, simply speak to them. We send educational and entertaining content through email and text, SMS, that makes you keep our brand top of mind by entertaining you and giving you valuable information. That way, if and when you're ready to make a purchase or a referral or leave a review, you say, wait, I bought this ABC brand pizza cutter. Let me go see if it's still available. Okay. You have to continue to drip on the customer or they'll quickly forget who you are. Awkward silence.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Are you with me, Sammy?
Is it good? Yeah, is it good?
Okay. That was the answer to your question. Seth, would you like to interject?
Yes. So
He
Sammy,
was dumbfounded by my genius.
this is amazing. So Sammy, you started in Amazon in 2017.
Yeah.
You understand the game, right? So sellers spend all this money and all this effort to acquire a customer, right? I can't even hardly hold it together, Sammy. This is fun. So you spend all this money on ads and you create a transaction. You finally have a transaction in your business. But what happens next? Literally, for most sellers, nothing happens. Like, the seller completely ignores their customer that they just spent all this money to capture, right? But really, that customer would buy from you again in most cases. They would buy the same product from you again. They would buy a different product in your brand line from you.
Yeah.
So we've had customers buy from us the same product 27 different times. It's not a chip or something that you eat. It's nothing consumable. That was a bed pillow. And then you think, well, that customer's kind of weird, right? But actually, we've had more customers buy that bed pillow 25 different times and 24 different times and 23 different times. So think about that and what our business looked like when we were selling bed pillows. We would sell a bed pillow one time. We could spend, say, $5 on ads to capture that customer. But then all of our competitors ignored that customer. We went out and sold them 27 different more pillows. What happens to our profitability when we can sell that same customer 27 pillows and we didn't have to spend a dime more on advertising? It's a huge difference. Does that make sense, Sammy?
Magical.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah. Because what we have seen, like everything in Amazon, every category now is coming towards the same like consumable products. Because what we have seen in past is consumables or supplements. Those are those categories where the customer acquisition cost remained high, right? It is always top of the head. And the only way they can make money is through repeat purchase. Now we are seeing that almost every category is coming to the same range. The customer acquisition cost is increasing, the advertising cost is increasing, but it is not coming down, right? So, would you like to share one or two examples on what kind of offer do the
Of
customer
course,
entices to join in?
this is my favorite. So remember, what we create is something that we call a MAFIA offer. And actually, Seth and I wrote an entire book about this last year. It's called Private Label Millionaire Secrets. I'm sure there's a copy over there somewhere that somebody may bring me of my book, but Seth has got one there. And so your virtual background's killing it. There we go.
You almost had it.
So basically, we put a lot of pressure on the offer. So we create, Sammy, what we call a MAFIA offer, which is quite literally an offer that's so good you can't say no. So here's an example of an offer. Let's say you purchase a pizza cutter from Amazon. It's $10. When you open the pizza cutter, there may be a coupon code in there or a scratch-off ticket that says you claim or opt in now to claim a free pizza from Domino's. So what part of the world are you in, Sammy?
I'm from India.
You're from India. Do you have Domino's pizza?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, so let's say you open a pizza cutter. Obviously, you like to eat pizza, and there immediately it says, stop, go to this URL, freepizza.com, for example, and plug in your email address, and we'll send you a coupon code to immediately go get a free pizza from Domino's. No strings attached, 100% free pizza. Would you take advantage of that offer, Sammy?
I would.
Yes. So you buy a $10 pizza cutter, you get a $20 pizza for free from Domino's in exchange for an email. That, my friend, is a MAFIA offer. That will get us 80 to 90% opt-ins at the point of purchase. And that's what we talk about in the book. And then there's another book. It's called How We Sold an Additional $62,730,000 on Amazon with 3 Simple Secrets, also available on Amazon. We talk about in this book how to go extract email addresses from customers in a way that's compliant, how to manage that customer list, and more importantly, Sammy, how to monetize that customer list, creating $62 million windfall for us in the last few years.
That's great. That's great, I think. So let's talk about the customer journey here, right? So I bought in a pizza cutter. I opted in. Then what is the frequency of those emails that you send, or how do you promote your other products?
Yeah, good question.
Seth, do you want to take it?
Yeah, sure. So the data shows almost across the board that the product that your customer is most likely to buy from you again is the same product that they've already purchased. So the very first thing that you want to do is, if you sold them a pizza cutter, your instinct as a seller says, well, why would they want another pizza cutter? But it's not your job to answer the question. It's your job to ask the question. So you ask the customer, hey, would you want to buy another pizza cutter? And you'll be surprised that a lot of times the answer is yes. So what you'll find is maybe they're buying a pizza cutter because their kids are always dirtying one, so then they have to have a second pizza cutter. In my household, we have 2 pizza cutters, but you didn't try to sell me a second pizza cutter, right? So you missed out on the sale, but I would have bought another one. But so we have 2. What about buying it as a gift, or what about having it in my RV, or what about having it in my spare, or my basement, or my spare guest wing, or whatever it is. You don't know why they're buying it. That's the point. Is there's all these reasons that people will convince themselves to buy another product. The only thing that you have to do is put the offer in front. So kind of idea number 1 here, Sammy, is sell them more of what they already purchased. A lot of sellers think, well, I only have 1 or 2 products. Why would I care about reaching out to my customers? They're never going to buy from me again. That's just not true. And then you were asking about cadence. If I captured your email, Sammy, or if I got introduced to you today like we are now, and then I ignored you, we didn't have a conversation for the next 5 years, and then I called you up one day and said, Sammy, what's going on? And you'd be like, who are you? You would have no idea who I am, and you wouldn't care because we hadn't been in contact at all. So what we want to do is we want to stay in communication. We don't want to let that friendship die with our customers either. So we send an email at least once a week, most of the time twice a week. So, between 4 and 8 emails a week. All of them are not going to be sales only emails. It may be an email around how do you cook the most amazing pizza in the world, or how do you get the best night's sleep on that pillow that you bought, right? And then maybe we might have a PS that says, oh, by the way, we have this amazing new pillowcase. We'd love for you to check it out, right? So we have a soft offer, but not every email is going to be around selling. So that's kind of the cadence. At least once a week, sell them more of what they already purchased, provide value, and then I think you'll be on your way. A huge mistake that sellers make is they go through all this effort to build an email list. They have their customers, and then they sit it in the corner and they let that list collect dust, and then all those relationships die. Shawn?
Yeah, here's the thing, Sammy. Remember, the profit and the magic is in the follow-ups. The first transaction on Amazon is only, or should only be, the beginning of a long and mutually beneficial and prosperous relationship. Don't just be a transaction machine and immediately go out and look for new customers. What we need to do is leverage Amazon as a profitable customer acquisition channel, and then follow up with those customers. Because if you think about this, and Seth will be the first to tell you, that if you create another transaction, or a third or fourth transaction with the same customer, your customer acquisition costs are already covered. So those additional sales are at maximum profitability. And that is the key. That took me 30 years to figure out the importance of recurring revenue and subscription models. So I know you're not quite 30 yet, are you?
No, I'm 24.
Oh, there you go. Dang it, I was close. So
Yeah.
don't wait too long to learn this magic behind customer acquisition, list building, and monetization, because it is truly a game changer. And just because the platform Amazon is making your life easy by sending you traffic doesn't mean that you shouldn't leverage that traffic to create your own brand and your own customer contact list that you can tap into to make more sales, launch new products, make referrals, gain reviews, and things like that.
Yeah, I think that completely makes sense, because with the rising costs, we need to more focus on repeat purchase, increasing lifetime value, right? So when you talk about this email list, I'm assuming that we are already pixeling the audience, right? So are we also targeting them through ads, retargeting them through ads, or how is it working?
So
Sean, you want
as
to
a
take?
business for Post Purchase Pro, yes, we do that. But for our particular clients, because everything we're talking about here, Sammy, we do as a service, as a pay to play
Mhm.
service.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can do this yourself. If you have a reasonably sized business and you're doing everything yourself, that's fine. You have to do it yourself. But if you're growing, if you're doing 250K per year in sales or more, then you should probably hire this out, because it would take a team of 3 to 6 people, depending on how big your business is, to manage all this for you. All right. So we do this as a service, and the only thing we do is we leverage your existing customer list from Amazon and make them more valuable to you by pushing them back to your store to buy more of the same or create referrals. We only do email and SMS follow-up marketing as a service, okay? But as a company, Post Purchase Pro, we use SMS and email to promote ourselves, as well as targeting pixels, retargeting ads across the web, voice broadcast going out to your voicemail. We're actually now advertising on television as well. So anytime you can re-engage your customer, obviously you have to have a profitable product to do this. For $10 pizza cutter, I wouldn't be retargeting and sending television ads, okay? But for your business, there's so many opportunities to laser target your customers. If you have a little bit of the demographic, like a phone number, for example, an email address, a physical address, we send letters and postcards in the mail to our customers, Sammy. Almost unheard of to go to the post box and pull out an advertisement. Don't do that for a $10 pizza cutter. It's not going to be profitable. But to answer your question, yes, there are lots of ways to retarget the customers. But your business is different than mine.
Let me
Yes, sir.
add a little color to that as well. So,
I
Sammy,
love it when you color me up.
so Sammy, what Shawn's talking about and what we're talking about today, using email and text, which is like where 97% of the results come from. Like if you run retargeting ads, you might as well have just crafted a better email, because the retargeting ads costing you money with every single impression and click. You're getting charged, but I can deliver an amazing email to your inbox for free. And the best part about email is it's the highest converting source of external traffic that Amazon sellers have. Amazon released the report showing the quality of the traffic sources. An email converts like 100% higher than anything else. It's that good. Okay. So if you're going to do one or all of these, pick email. That's where you want to start. And then secondly, it's like, how big of an opportunity is this for you? Well, for us, it's more than 40% of our entire sales. So if you, Sammy, were selling on Amazon and you're selling $1 million a year, you're missing 40+% of your sales. I mean, that is a massive percentage.
That is huge. Yeah.
That not only is it huge in terms of sales, but it's even bigger in terms of profit, because if you sell on Amazon one time and you spent $5 on ads to get that customer, well, your profit margin may only be 10% on that first transaction. But if you can sell that same customer again by sending an email and you have no ad cost, your profit margin is going to be at the highest amount that it possibly can be. So your profit goes up more than double on that second transaction. If you make a third transaction, it's more than triple, right? So your profit gets dramatically bigger. And so what happens is your business gets a lot healthier and you start creating cash flow. But the way that Amazon's built now, Sammy, is that it's even better than that. Amazon is looking for, we talked about it earlier, but they're looking for listings that attract external traffic, because as soon as somebody hits their platform, they know that it's going to be worth X dollars. So when we force traffic to go to Amazon from email, Amazon sees that as external traffic, and then they reward all of our listings with better rankings, so we make more sales. So, and there's a few other really cool things that I wanted to mention to you as well. So once you start building your list, once you start
a whole box of crayons, man, you're coloring this thing up.
You can use your list on Amazon in ways that most platforms, like you couldn't do this on Shopify, as an example. Well, if I send an email on Amazon, I can force my products to show up on other listings, buy it with or frequently bought together section. That's more free traffic, right? So there's just all kinds of benefits that happen when you build the list. So that's why we're so excited about it. That's why we were able to produce such good results, because of the way that Amazon's structured. Does that make sense, Sammy?
Yeah, I think that was spot on. So I think this is something that is really exciting for sellers, and especially because repeat purchase is a problem that sellers are facing, and we have been seeing with our clients as well. They're struggling to make their lifetime value higher, right, with the high ad costs, and I think this is something that is going to help them a lot. So I think we are already past 25 minutes. So before we end the podcast here, Shawn, where can people find you?
So the easiest way to reach out to Post Purchase Pro is by going to postpurchasepro.com. Sammy, we created a tool
Mhm.
for this episode that I think your listeners are going to like. If you go to postpurchasepro.com, there's an analyzer tool. You can drop in your store URL, your Amazon listing URL, or your Amazon store URL, and our tool in the background will analyze what you're probably missing out on by not building a list based on your sales and your ranking, et cetera. And then we'll email you a free report that shows what you could possibly add to your business if you were implementing our style of post-purchase marketing. As a company, you can reach us at CS for customer support, CS at postpurchasepro.com, or I think my Facebook handle or whatever you call it is Shawn Hart 317. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I'll add those links in the description. Seth,
Yep.
anything you want to add? Where can people find you?
Yep. So on all the major social platforms, I think we have all of them at Post Purchase Pro. So check it out, guys. If you are interested at all in building your own customer list, then like Shawn said, I think the best place to start is at postpurchasepro.com. Just put in your store URL. We'll spit out a little free report for you. And then if you'd like, we can have a conversation, take a look at your business with you, and see kind of the levers that you could pull to increase your sales using post-purchase marketing like email and text like we do every day. Sammy, thanks a lot for having us.
Thank you so much, guys. I think that was a valuable session today. Thank you, guys. See you again. Take
Thanks,
care,
Sam.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.